He's like,
Right, we're on the left. Good evening. Welcome everyone to the February 21st meeting of the Metroplex Board of Directors. Sunny night or sunny evening in Schenectady, a little cold, but we're happy to be here and we have a nice agenda in front of us this evening. First item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes of the January 17th meeting. I have a motion. Sharon, second by Brad. Any comments, corrections? All those in favor of adopting the minutes say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next up is our treasurer's report.
so our actual through January 24th is $859,068, just the first month. And we have total cash and equivalents on hand of $6,584,751, and we have $7,436,594 in undistributed project commitments. We have a pre-development budget with an availability of $431,391. And I think we're starting off the year strong, quite frankly.
Great. After a record-setting 23 for sales tax.
23.
Terrific.
There was the resource data thing. So there's a big variance there.
I think that's Sonia.
Resource data is, excuse me, our computer support, like Logical Net or anything like that computer related that we buy.
So that was did you purchase equipment, you mean, or it was
The one specifically in here?
So in January, the actual.
That one specifically was Eclipse. It's the system for the city that we supplement.
That's
The
the
camera
camera
system?
system, it's part of the DA system.
Yes.
So it's
so
a
they're
upfront
servicing
payment.
that?
And for annual support contract is $30,000.
Oh, okay.
It just
All
came
right,
out.
so that'll
Sorry, I didn't
Yeah,
know
so
you
it'll
wanted-
average
switch
out.
back over the
Yeah,
year.
it'll
It
level
billed
out.
in this month and that's why there's a variance.
It gets billed in January.
I saw the same thing, yeah.
Makes sense.
It's a good point. You know, we've asked the DA and his team to come in and they keep the camera system pretty secure and they don't want to talk about it publicly, but we really have one of the best camera systems of any community in the state, if not the country.
It
So
is spectacular.
it's really
If you
very
ever have an
helpful.
opportunity to get in there and look at it, it's
Yeah,
pretty amazing.
So, and that's the bill. So good question. Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor of adopting the treasurer's report, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. We have a number of,
You're the first and second on that?
Yeah.
we did.
Sharon.
Oh, got it.
We go to Rotterdam first, Rotterdam Corporate Park, to talk about one of the wind turbine suppliers. We recruited Jupiter Bach. I'll ask David to summarize.
Yeah, that's the building 14 in Rotterdam Corporate Park. A strong history of Metroplex involvement with this property to the point where we can do an exciting project like this. So Jupiter Bach is a leading global supplier in the wind energy market. Again, related to the GE Renova business here, supplier for them. We're looking to take 50,000 square feet in building 14, the former New York State Gateway plant. Our involvement is to help them make the electrical connection to a 5-ton crane to be installed in the building. Nice improvement for the building. Overall, $565,000 of investment. Our participation is $30,000. Type 2 action in that they're fixing up the existing space.
A motion on this? Second by Brad. Again, Jupiter Bach has operations around the world. They came here, we recruited them here successfully to support GE. They're installing 2 5-ton cranes in the building, which is something that's going to be a great addition to the property. And we're really surprised that the National Grid wasn't able to help them offset the power upgrades that they needed to make these improvements at the site, and that was not something that they were willing to cover. So we agreed it's a very modest expenditure of $30,000. The company is up and operating. Expect to go as high as 100 jobs. Great addition. It's our first wind supplier. We've since announced a second, and we have a third on the agenda momentarily. So this is all resulting from GE's $200 million, $50 million, 200 job onshore wind turbine project at the downtown campus. So we'd ask for your support on this. Happy to answer any questions.
It's again another great company that you brought in, so kudos.
Please. All right, we have a motion in a second.
We did.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We stay in the wind space, this time in Glenville, and ask David to give us a brief description of Energy Hardware.
Yeah, the Glenville Business and Technology Park, the newest tenant over there, Energy Hardware. They're also in the wind energy business. They have energy and aerospace sector. They're located in Pensacola, Florida, Greer, South Carolina, and then this would be their regional office near GE's space. So this is 44,000 square feet, building 201. Again, their renovation of the building is $350,000. They need some new voting docks in this space. We're looking to provide a $95,000 matching grant to that investment. It is a type 2 action, again, replacement, rehabilitation of existing space.
A motion on this, Bob, you want to make it? Thank you, Solemno. Second, Brad. We met with the company today. Again, it's so exciting when you get folks from outside the state to move here and open up land. It's really very rewarding because you see the impact. They come on the site visits, they stay in hotels, they eat at our restaurants, they bring staff up, they outfit the space, they start hiring. It's really a rewarding thing, and all the while they're spending money. They're hiring vendors, they're staying at the hotels, they're going to restaurants, they're traveling around the region and discover what a great community Schenectady is and what a great place the Capital Region is. This is another company, third successful wind supplier we're bringing in, going to the Glenville Park, building 201, which is right up close to Dimension Fabricators. And I made the point when I give my annual report to the county legislature, we don't give companies money. We improve our space and get them to invest with us. So in this case, we're taking one of the older Navy depot buildings and putting in new truck docks, which are badly needed to make them really functional in the modern times. And that's what we're doing here. We're really upgrading the building, making an investment in our own facilities. The company's looking at 20 jobs to start, growing to 50 and beyond. We'll be servicing other customers here, but their launch customers in Renova. Again, we're on a roll, third success in a short period of time with vendors to GE. And we're building the largest onshore wind turbines in the world in downtown Schenectady every day now. And that's a message we hope you all carry to your friends and colleagues. Any other questions on this? Again, a modest expenditure from us. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Thanks. We move to Union Street, Lower Union Street, a very attractive part of downtown where we're going to make a major upgrade to a building that really needs it, 417 Union Street.
The whole area from Erie Boulevard up past Indian College is part of the Union Street Historic District. One of the more interesting but trouble-looking buildings is this 417 Union Street. You see a picture of it there. I can define it with a 3-story circular tower with a conical roof, gabled roof. I took that from the historic documents that I have. I couldn't come up with that myself, but it needs a lot of repair. JoJo's Auto Service was right next door. This is a connected building. Mr. Joseph Albanese passed away. It is now owned by Terry Aldrich. He also owns and manages the Back Street Pub behind Proctor's. He's looking to make a significant investment in repairing this historic building, $370,000 overall. Our grant would be $40,000 towards the facade improvements, again, to really repair some of these historic features. This, because it's part of the historic district, is not subject to its unlisted action. We reviewed the proposal to historically preserve it, and we feel that there's no significant impact on the environment.
Got a motion on this? Karen, seconded by Sharon. I want to thank Scott for his help on this. Great job. Terry runs the Backstage Pub, does a wonderful job. His family own this building and the adjoining JoJo's Auto Repair. These buildings should have been taken care of years ago. When they did the Little Italy project, this is at the gateway to Little Italy. I would have never done the Little Italy project if I couldn't get control of and fix the JoJo's Auto Service. So this is the first phase of what we hope will be a 2-phase project where we also do something great with that JoJo's Auto Service building. But it's really, these two buildings really take away, that whole area looks great. The curbs and sidewalks are in great shape. Daly's is there. Lower Union looks really great. Center Street Pub, everything is going in a good direction there. It's very attractive, very positive vibe in that area. But we got to fix this building, and this adds to our record. I think we've done over 100 historic buildings throughout our community. This is a building that dates back to the 1897. It's really an important structure, and it'll bring the building's vacant now. It'll bring 3 market rate apartments online, and again, we hope to bring to you maybe as soon as next month the adjoining building. And again, a modest expenditure from us, $40,000. The owner is investing $370,000. We just want to make sure the facade really looks good. Any questions? Seeing none, we'll call the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I've never seen her.
Oh, thank you. Second, we need a second motion, and thank you, David. So, thank you, Bob. Seconded by Karen. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks. Next, we go back to Van Rankin Avenue, the Northside Village project, where we're going to be accepting some funds from the developer.
Yeah, resolution 170524 allows us to accept $70,000 from an entity of Penrose, which was responsible for the $113 million investment in the Northside Village. Nothing can be more transformational than those new homes for those families. With the improvements to the site, it added some capacity to the city's stormwater that they want to continue to investigate. The developer is looking to close their project down, make the investment to Metroplex so that we can work with the city and look at what investments need to be made in the stormwater line. Specifically, there's a little bit of a pinch point where the 24-inch stormwater goes to a 12-inch and then back to an 18-inch. This is just the reality of an older city, older infrastructure. We'll work with MJ Engineering and the city to investigate and determine what other actions to be taken.
Got a motion on that, Sharon, seconded by Karen. Again, we thank Penrose, a big time developer out of Philadelphia, came in and did a spectacular job. Took down Yates Village in stages and rebuilt it. It's gorgeous. Not an easy undertaking. Had to relocate hundreds of families, move them back in. This is they're closing out the project. They're so conscientious and such a good developer, such a good community citizen. that they, before they closed the books on this project, they wanted to send us $70,000 that we can keep and apply toward this future infrastructure need. So I think it's very generous of them, and I think we should move forward and accept this with our thanks to them, and be ready to make those improvements on the Ben Rankin corridor. Happy to answer any questions. Good one.
I love when you bring good development into the city.
Yeah, no, it's always good when they give us money too.
I
so.
know.
And again,
I wasn't sure if I was reading that.
I had to read it twice.
Maybe they'll
too.
save some light
We're
on it
taking
when I
the
get.
70,000 and amend the project to provide to the city.
But it's also a good point that, Yates Village was never on the tax rolls, now that we pay the pilot.
Absolutely.
Village, so again, it's a revenue generator. Any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'll take anybody's money.
Yeah, we take it. Next, we go to J Street, where we get to move forward with the lighting installation project, which we're very excited about.
Well, it's barely dark right now, which is an improvement compared to when it gets dark at 3:30. But if you're out on J Street when it's dark, you see the catenary lights. They're gorgeous. What a great introduction to make it a more interesting place. There's a section that had not been completed, and we had waited till we received the DRI funds to do this last section. We did put this project out to bid. We received one response, which was from Schenectady Hardware and Electric. They installed the first phases, so they were very familiar with the work that needs to be done. They know a lot of the building owners, so we're very happy that they came in with a very competitive and good response. We'd like to move forward with them. We've already been in touch with the Department of State, which is overseeing the grant. They approved us moving forward with us, and once we enter contract with they can get to work, hopefully have it in place by April. Yeah. We've done a lot of the work already, so it's.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna say that's pretty quick.
And don't always like to add dates, but I'm confident we can hit that one.
Do we have a motion on this, Sharon? Seconded by Brad. I want to thank Danielle. She's done an outstanding job on this, working through all the state regulations and the paperwork and the requirements, working with the J Street merchants, briefing them on what we're doing, keeping them abreast of the project, working with the vendor, Schenectady Hardware and Electric. I mean, we've been in Schenectady over 100 years, tremendous company. So she's really put a lot of time and effort in this. The lighting on J plays off the lighting on J Square really nicely, especially as David said, in these long, dark winter nights. And the more lighting we have downtown, the better. And we're really excited about this moving forward. And we can't thank Danielle enough for her hard work. Happy to answer any other questions. Move this ahead and do the lights. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. Next up, we talk about parking, and again, an increase in revenue to Metroplex, which is always.
Yes,
Oh, I'm sorry,
DSIC.
DSIC, I was jumping ahead. I apologize. We'll go back to our DSIC support and ask David to summarize.
Tomorrow we have our first landscaping meeting. Jen has really been working hard with DSIC, Tony as well. DSIC has been a great resource to us. Obviously, our downtown bid, they oversee the environmental enhancement and maintenance program, a program we've supported for many, many years now. We're asking for your support in continuing the same level of support as last year, a $275,000 grant for street cleaning, litter pickup, other landscaping activities, an additional $112,000 to buy material and do other landscaping throughout downtown to make it clean, neat, and attractive moving forward. I'm sure you saw in the news, DSIC recently named Maureen Newfield as their new executive director. Ernie McGuire, who is served as the interim executive director, she will continue on in the director of operations role, which we're very excited about. She's done a great job keeping this field team moving, keeping the city nice and clean. I'd say keeping the snow off the sidewalks, but they didn't have to worry about that much so far this year. But yeah, they did a great job with the landscaping, and we look forward to working with them again and doing more projects, getting the roundabout over by Moore Harbor improved, and other key locations downtown.
Second by Brad. Last year, they really hit a high water mark with the landscaping, the flowers, the greenery. Did a great job. Christmas lights, the trees, and There's been some staff changes there, but they've been keeping up and doing a great job, so we're happy to move this forward, happy to answer any other questions. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Now we go to parking and some increased revenue.
Yeah, this is terrific for our parking operation, so we're very fortunate to have the Workers' Compensation Board here on for State Broadway, and then the Gaming Commission, which is moving into their new building at 354 Broadway. Metroplex, through our parking operation, has provided them parking since both entities, or some of different entities have taken over since 1999. We're fortunate enough to be in a point to negotiate a new lease this past year. We are asking for your support to enter into 2 separate leases with OGS, one for each entity. This is going to be a very positive change for our parking operation with increased revenue and bringing the parking rates up to what is still very, very reasonable for a great downtown area like what we have here.
Motion on this. Aaron, second by Brad. This is really cleaning up another, what do we expect this to do, an additional 200,000?
200% increase, so yeah, up to $200,000 new money.
When these parking things were negotiated back in '99, I was still at this state. And frankly, the people who were running the city at the time, Metroplex, the state used to sit around the water cooler and regale themselves with stories about how they took advantage of these people who didn't know what they were doing. And as a result, we were locked into parking contracts that were extremely favorable for the state and extremely unfavorable for Metroplex. But there was no way out of them. And they just didn't know how to negotiate. They didn't know what they were doing. And they weren't really a fair agreement. And I really want to thank David, who put a lot of time and effort into this and really handled the negotiations brilliantly. And the result is that we have a much more favorable situation for us. But literally, I was with a sister agency, knew the folks who did OGS leasing very well. And they were like, we went over to Schenectady, we just rolled those people. We just took advantage of them. And, it's like they didn't know what they were doing. It was like negotiating with a child. And this is another thing. We're still cleaning up some of these mistakes and some of these situations from the past. And we do tonight. We'll put this in the mirror. And we're happy to bring this forward. We're proud to bring it forward and have a more balanced arrangement working. Any questions?
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, good about this. We structure in a way where, we'll continue to provide really good quality parking for the state agency employees. And it's still a better deal than some of our other cities, so much better deal. So we're very, very happy with what resulted in, a win-win for both parties.
Great. See no other questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Another agreement that's beneficial to Metroplex deals with Business Center, and would ask Dave to give an update.
Yeah, sure. So we've managed the business center for quite some time here. I know Scott's played a role in it. Jen has also been helping more recently there. We're happy to report that the building continues to be, if not fully occupied, pretty darn close. And when we do have tenants that leave, new tenants really want to fill their spot pretty soon. We've done that and also been able to bring the rents up to what we feel is a fair amount for what we're trying to do there on Albany Street. It's a 25,000 square foot building. With some of the recent hires at the county in their facilities department, specifically Steve Luciano, they have a little bit more experience and a bigger bench to be able to take on some more of the functions of managing this county facility. We're going to amend the management service agreement to let us do what we do best, fill space, work with tenants. They'll be more responsible for signing off on supplied contracts and responding when the fire alarm goes off, the things that we're really not structured to do. So I hope to have your support. And again, happy to still provide some services and work with what's an interesting group of businesses out there.
How many businesses?
9.
9 with 37 employees, according to our packet, with 20 seasonal employees, and right in the heart of Hamilton Hill on Albany Street.
No, it's a great facility. It really is. I'm surprised if you have any empty space, quite frankly. I thought it was.
Yeah,
like full.
it's a flex space,
Yeah.
some artisan type businesses. If you ever want to put some of your grandchildren's artwork on a mug, there's a business that does that. You order meals and all kinds of stuff that we do up there. Plus it has broad view.
We were at 100%. We just had one operation vacate some space, so we're going to be marketing that, a very
Okay.
small amount of space. But and we also have
Give
the
me
credit
the
union
info
there,
on
so-
that. I might be able to help you out.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Any comments? We need a motion and a second. Sharon, seconded by Karen. Any comments or questions? I want to thank Jennifer, Scott over the years. Everyone has really taken a shift at the business center over one time or another. And as part of the Unified Economic Development team and the county facilities team is really exceptional now. And the leadership of Steve is now our county manager, Lars Bowen. So we're happy to have this new arrangement, which has been approved already by the county legislature. So, next, we're moving right along here. And next up, I know we had a finance committee meeting right before our board meeting this evening and dealt with this project reconciliation and accounting. We'd ask David to give us an update.
Yeah, the finance committee did meet before our meeting here. We have a total of 20 projects that are classified as complete as of the end of the year. As part of our annual audit, completing the books, we take these two actions. The first one is to close 16 projects, which brings back $209,000 to the general fund. I'm very proud of the team. It's been a transition year, but everyone stepped up. We always put aside some money for legal, construction management. We have a good team here that does a lot of that in-house, which means that some of this money that we had set aside, we get to bring back and use for more projects. So that's $209,000 coming back. The second action is closing up 4 projects where we exceeded original authorization by $47,000. All good reasons why some of the kiosks that people have asked for in our parking lots, we purchased an additional kiosk there for our parking investment. And then all the positive things happening down and on the lower state area with First Van Gogh, Monet, and some of the other events down there. We did a little bit more work on the parking lots, which exceeded the budget, modestly. So with your support, we would take both actions, resolution 171024 and 171124.
We did this every year. Want to have a motion on the first one? Sharon, second by Brad. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Second resolution, need a motion.
Oh,
Aaron, second by Doc. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next up, election of officers.
Yeah, but by statute, there are 2 officers that are elected each year. One would be our secretary, Sharon Jordan, and the other would be our treasurer, Karen Zaluski.
We appreciate them serving, and so we have to formally ask that we continue their service and have a board vote of all the other members except those 2, right?
They come in a lot, yeah. And if you all want to come in, you can come in more.
They're here all the time, and we
Yeah,
appreciate
we
it.
thank them for being in to sign checks, just hang out with us a little bit, work on specific projects. So it's been my pleasure to work with both of them.
Thank you. Want to make a motion? Thank you. Seconded by Doc. Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Great. I don't see anyone from the public here. Any comment? Board comment? I'd like to say a couple things. We put out a press release today on 11 demolitions that are moving forward from our land bank across the county of lighting and vacant property. Thanks Steve Streitman, who is over at the City Planning Commission meeting right now. But I want to thank Steve and our land bank team. We also got some good news today about a project we're working on. You'll hear more about on Albany Street. The court, the Supreme Court in Schenectady, upheld a ruling that imposed a fine of $760,000 on the most notorious landlord in Schenectady history, who owns and has control over a series of properties that light Albany Street. And the city vigorously went after this individual and received the court judgment that they would be able to collect this fine by the sale of these properties. And that decision was appealed. And today, or yesterday late, the decision, the judge upheld the city's position, denied the appeal. Why is this important? First, this very bad landlord loses. Secondly, the city profits from the sale of these buildings and gains $760,000 for the treasury, which is very meaningful for the city. And thirdly, most importantly, probably, is we've mobilized our team with the community builders and another developer and the land bank. They are buying these properties. They're going to demolish them. They're beyond saving. They're horrible. We've talked about this in other meetings. We're gonna, and we're going to build new affordable housing in that area, as well as take down the former Mohawk Auto Center and hopefully build a grocery store there. And we're working very hard on this. It's a transformational project. We've been held up for months while the courts had to decide this case. I know Sharon is this landlord, his issues with the city date back decades. And this is, we finally have a resolution in sight, but we're talking about a project, a very substantial investment in that State Street, Albany Street corridor moving up from downtown. In fact, the mayor refers to this as Mall Carver on Hamilton Hill. I mean, it's that significant a project. And we've been working very hard. Scott, myself, David, Steve Strikeman, we have a meeting every week with the development team, but we've been strangled by this court decision, which finally went our way today. So it's been a lot of work by the City Corporation Counsel's office. We thank them, and we thank the mayor and everybody for hanging in. But we'll be talking more about this in future meetings. It's going to be a very exciting project. So we're in a very good mood at Metroplex today when we got that news about the court finding. So good stuff. Anything else from the board on any
So
subjects?
I just want to make a comment. I walked on J Street the other day and the ambassadors are in this new space down there. It looks fantastic. So great job. I know.
I didn't even know that. That's great to know.
Yeah, and it lit up and everything when I walked past. They weren't in there, but
All right.
it's all,
Great.
it's ready to go. So
That's awesome.
once again, it's great to have, that extra eyes and ears on the street to kind of help people direct and whatnot. So it's very good. And congratulations on that project, because that was a very long, drawn out. I'm shocked that you got it done. I honestly didn't think it was working.
No, we still have a lot of work to do.
It's
Yeah, no,
been
but the
years.
city, it really was the city court counsel's office that made it happen. And the city's dedication to prosecuting this gentleman and moving it forward. And we've assembled a team that can, our concern was frankly the properties would be bought by another person who wasn't going to do good
Oh,
things
yeah,
with them.
exactly.
So we'd be right back where we started. So,
Good
well,
job.
good. Anything else from the board? I did get a chance to go see Doc at Frog Alley, and I'll tell you, he's amazing. It was an unbelievable show, just like he promised. I missed him when he was on J Street, but this guy
Energy.
the energy is unbelievable. It was a great show. Really,
Thank you.
everyone there had a wonderful time, and I hope to see you
When are you
back
back?
there.
Well, actually, we're going to be, on March 9th, I'm going to be performing at the Eden Cafe in Loudville.
Great.
And my daughter's going to be joining me. I convinced her to join. We're going to do some duets.
Oh, that's
It's a little dinner show. But my band is coming back to Proctor's on April 7th.
Oh, that's
I'll
awesome.
get some more information on this.
Great.
It's going to be our Motown and More show. We're raising money for charity.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, yeah.
That's wonderful. Great job.
Thank you.
Anything else? If not, we'll take a motion to adjourn. Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We'll see you in March, the meeting in March. Please let me know.